Hi everyone, today I'm super excited to be able to show you the new spring and summer release coming from SUQQU. This collection will launch in the UK in Selfridges from the 25th of January, and from the 8th of February you'll be able to purchase from Harrods, Cult Beauty and Liberty. They're releasing two new eyeshadow palettes, one in the more mauve colour and one in gold and a sort of blue. I'm not really sure, but that's the one I will be showing you so you can decide. And they've also released two new blushes, three new colours in their liquid luster eyes. They've released a brand new lipstick, the Moisture Glaze lipstick, and there's 10 different shades. And with the collection, they've sent me this leaflet, and on the back is a description of this collection, which is so beautiful, I just want to read it to you. Reflecting a spring landscape, the rippling water sparkles with oozing colours while the ripples spread smoothly like a textile. SUQQU's new colour collection is inspired by the bliss of spring. The rich colours infused with beautiful vitality gently embrace an individual's expressions, your unique beauty and strength. Emphasising shimmer and glow with a touch of sparkle, the collection achieves a colourful and fresh look. Now, if that doesn't sell it, what does? So SUQQUU sent me the collection and asked me to choose which products that I would like to test. So I chose this eyeshadow palette. This is number 135, Shine Gold and Grayish Mocha. It says that this is inspired by the spring sunlight. So I'll just swatch this for you. And this first shade here, which is the lightest, which feels like silk. It's like a really soft satin shade. This is a light grey with an aqua mint in it. It's very light but very pretty. And then this is the other matte shade. This one is more of a brown, but it also has a slight hint of green in it for me when I applied it, but I'm not sure you can see that now on my hand. As you can see, these are both very light spring shades. And then this shade, which is a deep gold, absolutely beautiful. Already, can you see how these three colours work so nicely together? And then this one here, which has flecks of blue and gold in it really. It's got a slightly rough texture, but there's no fallout at all, which is something SUQQUU is absolutely fantastic for. They just never have any fallout whatsoever. They are the most easy to use, beautiful shadows. So there's the 4 shades there for you. I think this really is a very good colour story for spring and quite unique. I chose this palette out of the two options because the other one had mauve colours, which might be very popular, but I just wanted to try something that was a little bit different. This colour story is one that I've definitely not got in my collection, so I was really pleased about that. And from the two blushes, I chose this shade, number 146, described as a floral pink, which really is a very, very pretty shade. It's like a peachy pink. Again, perfect for spring. And then the highlight is described as a pale blue. Can't really see the blue much in this, if I'm honest, but I do think that these two shades work absolutely beautifully together. And then onto the lipstick I chose. This is a completely new line for SUQQUU, and I'll just read you the description. This glazes the lips with a rich glossy colour, creating a plump and fuller lip that has a blurring effect on vertical fine lines. It has a rich balm texture which gradually melts, an oil-rich formula which softly fades whilst leaving behind the protective properties of a balm. Rich glowing colour that applies evenly. The natural derived spherical powder particles allow the formula to gently melt for easier application, and a long lasting finish. It has a softly opaque finish and the shades range from bright to deep, and each shade is designed to give an exquisite translucent finish and a wash of colour. They offer long-lasting hydration, and they contain squalane and sodium hyaluronate. And for the first time, it's a refillable option. And first you buy the case, which has the classic beautiful packaging from SUQQUU. And then when you've chosen one of the 10 shades, you just pop it inside, and that's it. And this is the shade here that I chose. This is one of their deeper shades. This is number 07, which is described as a muted red. You may have noticed that they all looked a little bit messy, and that's because I have already tested each one of these yesterday, and spoiler alert, I already love them. So before I continue now with this video, if you're new here, hi, I'm Hannah and I'm 47, and on this channel I love to share with you my passion and love for makeup, and here I like to show you that mature skin doesn't mean we have to miss out. we can use everything just like everybody else. Especially now during this stage of my life where perimenopause comes in and you start doubting yourself and thinking you don't look good in anything. Makeup can really help you to feel better about yourself. Anyway, that's enough about me. Let's get on to the video and the try on. So starting here with this bluey grey, and I have my BK Beauty 204. I'm just going to put a marker here so I know where I want my line to stop. And I'm going to run it along the lower lash line as well. This may seem like a funny order, but this is something I've been trying out this week and I quite like it. So I'm setting the line, and you need to put the brush here in the corner of your eye and take the line up. And that is really setting where you want your makeup to stop. You don't want it to go outside here. You want it to stay from this line and across, especially if you have more hooded eyes like I clearly do. And then using my Sonia G Blender Pro, I'm just going to build this colour up a little bit now. Start taking it across from where I started that line. You can see it's very light. And you can see, as I said earlier, that there is just no fallout. These powders are always so easy to use. SUQQU is extremely mature skin friendly. Their powders don't emphasize lines. They last all day, they don't shift. I mean, I can't really say anything bad about SUQQU ever because I've never tried an eyeshadow palette from them that I haven't found to be fantastic, both formula and colour story. Obviously I've chosen the colour stories that I prefer, which helps. And I've been buying SUQQU palettes since I really developed this passion for makeup, which is actually relatively new for me. I used to put on quite plain makeup up until recently. So when SUQQU asked me if I'd like to be on their PR list, I was over the moon. So there we are, I think that's built up enough. So easy to apply. I'll just do the other eye a sec. And then going in with this darkest brown. I say darkest, it's the darkest shade in the palette, but it's actually not a very deep brown. And it's almost a greeny brown. Now I'm going to pretty much do the same, but in a more fine way. And I'm using here the Charlotte Tilbury eyeliner brush. I'm going to take this underneath, slightly bring out a wing here, and then start to take it across here and build it into the wing. Again, this is a new method of application which I've been trying, which I'm starting to think suits my mature eyes and hooded eyes and gives me a more lifted look. Instead of putting too much depth into this whole area here, I think my eyes need to be more bright and less dark. I just find it more flattering on me, and it does help to lift the eyes and make them pop more if I don't have too much of the dark colour in this whole outer V here. That doesn't mean I'll completely give up that idea of applying eyeshadow because it does look very nice, but this is something I've been trying lately. So this is like a very thick chunky wing, if you like, using this slightly deeper shade. And then going in here with my Refa number 13 mini, just taking a bit more of that brown, and I'm now just going to start blending it and building it a little. So there, I've built that up. It's very, very light, as you can see. I haven't taken it up here, so obviously you can see it less. But even if I built this up and built this up, the colour is not going to go any deeper than that. It's a very subtle shade of brown, really. But I think it's lovely. I really like this. And we are doing a spring look here, so we don't really want it to be too deep. We want it to be light and fresh. And I think I just really like the way that's slightly blue. I love it. It does give me that immediate image of like a spring water, like a spring fountain. I don't know. It's their description now. It set my mind off being all creative. I'll just do the other eye. And now I use my Refa 02 Mini. I'm going to go into this lovely gold shade. All of the brushes I'm using today are listed below with length. Look how pretty this is. I'm only taking it to here because I want that lighter shade to fill the inner corner and the last third of my eye. I'm just going to take it as far as there. And then just slightly buff the edge there. Now if you're going for a subtle everyday look, that's probably enough. But if you wanted to ramp it up a little bit, you can go in with your finger and just pop a bit more. You see how that's immediately giving me quite a bit more. It's an absolutely gorgeous shade, I love it. And I do love these sorts of colours, particularly with my blue eyes. I think it's one of the colours that suits me the most personally. Not that this wouldn't suit all eye colours. There we go, that's how it looks built up with the finger. It's lovely, isn't it? This would be a lovely one and done shadow actually. You could just use this on its own all over the eye. Maybe a bit of eyeliner. Beautiful. I'm not getting any fallout, but I did just swipe across my cheek with the finger, so it's my mistake, not the powder. If you're noticing that I've got a bit on my cheek here, bit of a sparkly cheek, which I can't really get off very easily. That was my fault. And using my BK204, I'm just going to run this now along the lower lash line. Oh, it's just so pretty. I really love this colour. And now using my little finger, I'm going to go in with this lightest colour here. Like I said when I swatched this, you can feel a sort of rough edges on this. Like it's got a mixture of colours and textures inside. And that's how it looks on my finger, so I will need to be a bit careful with the rough pieces in case there was a bit of fallout there. I doubt there will be because there just never is. Look at that, isn't that beautiful? Just putting it to meet the line of the gold. When I say gold, this is very peachy, coppery gold, isn't it? Peachy gold meeting deep water. Oh, love it. And then using my BK Beauty 207 brush, which I always use for this purpose, so I'm going to take the same colour here, which I can't apply with my finger, to brighten up this area. I'm taking it slightly towards the edge of the bridge of the nose there to help to make this area light up. And then I'm going to run some here. Perfect for under the eyebrow, I think that's so pretty. And just finishing off, I'm going into this darkest colour here with a blender brush. I'm just going to run this around the bottom just to sort of get it all to meet together. That's about it really. So that's how it's looking. What do you think? I think it's such a lovely, light spring colour story. I really, really love it. But if you did want to slightly deepen this up and make it slightly more of an evening look, I have got the SUQQU eyeliner pen here in black. They sent this to me a few months ago. I'm not quite sure how new it is. I think they sent it to me in about November. It's one of these ones you turn. It's hard to even see because the nib on this is absolutely minute. There, can you see? Is the camera picking that up? It's a tiny, tiny nib, so it's perfect for precise application, but it is also very blendable. Now, in all honesty, I stopped using black eyeliners. I tend to go for softer colours now as I get older, so I was a little bit nervous about using it, but they did send it to me to test, and I find it actually quite a pale sort of black. I just put a tiny bit here, you can see, and this is what I mean by darkening up a little bit, because I don't want to start turning this into a deep smoky look. Slightly bring the wing up here. See how using a brush here, it just smudges out very, very easily. And then taking it across here. Giving it the tiniest of wings here. I'm taking it across the top. I'm not taking it all the way. Stop about here, so that this part of the eye here remains bright. The dark colours tend to set the eye back, whereas the light colours bring them forward. And then pop a little bit underneath as well. And then just smudge out again. I'm not putting a lot on at all. So can you see the difference between the eye that's darkened up and the eye that isn't? Which one do you prefer? I think this is more of a daytime soft look, and immediately with the eyeliner on it gives it more of an evening glam look, I think. So I've lined the other eye now and I've added on mascara. So that's the final eye look. I'm really pleased with it. This is the second time I've applied it, but I think I like it even more than I did yesterday. Absolutely beautiful. What do you think? And also with the eyeliner, I've completely forgot that in the bottom there is actually this for smudging out. I mean, this is a lovely eyeliner. It does really have the finest of tips, so it's so good for precision, and it smudges out and it lasts all day once it's set down. So yeah, I'm really pleased with that actually. Maybe it's persuading me to start using black eyeliner, because I do like this one. So now onto the blush, using my BK Beauty E507, which I tend to always use these days. And and gives you an immediate bit of peachy warmth, which really, I think, really works well with the colour on the eyes. And this is a colour that I absolutely love on me. I couldn't be happier with these two choices, to be honest, because I love this shade blush. And I love this eye colour. Look at that. Look at the glow it's given, and that's not including the highlighter at the moment. I've only gone in with a blush, so it's quite a glowy blush without the highlighter added. Yeah, it's beautiful, isn't it? And it applies very naturally. You don't have to sort of buff the edges out as much as you do with lots of blushes. I often have to go in and rescue it and make it look like the edges are less obvious, but with this one it just seems to go on very naturally, which I really enjoy. So that's built up about 3 times there, which for me is about enough. And then with what's left on the brush, I'm just going to slightly sweep it over the nose, which is one of my favourite things to do lately. Do a tiny bit of colour onto the nose. And with my BK Beauty 112, I'm now going to go into this highlighter section. And just sweep this over here. Now can you see straight away the glow that's given? I do like a light highlighter on me, so this is a very suitable shade for me. And I think it pairs beautifully with the blush, doesn't it? I'm not sure about seeing hints of blue in it though, that's the only thing from the description. Not that I'm unhappy about that in the slightest, because I think it's beautiful, so whether it's in there or not, but I can't see it. Can you see it? Anyway, just pop a little bit down the nose and the Cupid's bow. And one of the other ways to use this is actually to swipe it in one go. So instead of having a separate highlighter and blush, you can just swipe across the whole thing and then you can sweep up like that, and it gives you an instant blushy highlight look. I'll just do that to show you. I like to use it separately so I can have a bit more control. But yeah, still looks very nice. Now this blush could definitely be built up a little bit more, but for me I think that's just about right. So now onto the lipstick. I've got a tiny bit of liner on and I'm just wearing a lip balm at the moment. I might take the lip balm off actually, because this is quite high shine. Now, so I've taken my lip balm off so that the shine I now see on my lips will be completely from the lipstick. So I've just got a little bit of liner left on. I'm just wearing a very neutral liner at the moment that matches my lip colour. And now in with this lipstick. Now you don't need to be careful with applying this because it is very much like applying a lip balm as well. And it can be slightly built up if you want a bit more colour, so that's what I've just done now. I've gone in with another coat for a bit more colour. That was really easy to apply, and it is so hydrating. It feels beautiful, it's not sticky. It's not likely to be super long lasting, something like this, and I very much doubt it's transfer proof. Which, no it isn't. Then to be fair, I wouldn't expect this one to be transfer proof. It's not that sort of lipstick. It's so easy to apply. You could just have it in your handbag or in your pocket, and you wouldn't even need a mirror. You could just swipe it on. As you've seen with the way I've just applied this, it's incredibly easy. And a lovely colour, I think. I'm glad I chose it now. So this is muted red. I think it works perfectly with the whole look, actually. I'm really, really pleased with the choices I've made from this collection, and this collection is another huge win for me. I just adore SUQQU collections. I think they are just so elegant and pretty. I just can't stop looking at the eye look at the moment. I love it. I love it so much. I'd love to know down below if any of you have got any SUQQU collections or any SUQQU favourites, and will you be picking this one up when it's released? Not long now, it will soon be out. And if you will be picking any up, are you tempted by the ones I chose, or will you be choosing different ones? This is luxury makeup, and it does come with a luxury price tag. The eyeshadow is £50. So for me, these are just a treat, a real treat. But if you are looking to splash out and give yourself something really special, then I really couldn't recommend these more. They've just got beautiful packaging, and the quality of the makeup is second to none. The eyeshadow palette does come with these two little brushes in case you wanted to use them. Quite good quality brushes, to be fair. Perfect for travelling if you just wanted to take one eyeshadow palette and no brushes, because these brushes are very good, but I just like to have a long handle when I'm applying and taking my time at home, which is why I didn't use them. And the eyeshadow palette is 6.2 grams. And the blush has 7.5 grams of product inside, and it retails for £36. And this also comes with a brush inside. Again, a very good brush. They're very good quality brushes. And so the lipstick price, the case is only £6, but the refill is £30. So this would set you back £36, and then when you want to top up, £30. And with the lipstick, you get 3.6 grams of product. And SUQQU is also a cruelty-free brand. So that's all from me today. I hope you've enjoyed watching this, and if you've enjoyed this content and you might want to watch any future content, I'd love it if you liked and subscribe below. And if you already are a subscriber, welcome back, and thank you so much for watching again. Your support means the world to me. And just before I go, somebody commented in one of my recent videos that they couldn't hear me very well over the background music. I use the background music because I film very near a road, and also I've got dogs in the house, the front door is always going, and it tends to soften out the background noises. But I can lower the volume, which I have for this video, so I'd love to hear from you if you can hear me properly, or whether I need to just remove the background music or take it to the absolute lowest. It's nearly at the lowest as it is. I know that I'm very softly spoken, which really doesn't help, but I can't really change that because I do try to sound louder, and it's not in my nature to be able to do it. I am a very quietly spoken person, so when I edit my videos, I do turn my volume up to the max when it comes to my voice, so this is as loud as I get, I'm afraid. My husband can never hear a word I say. Anyway, that's all from me today, and I hope to see you for my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.